Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. So in today's video we are going to be making When I Saw Her Face, Oh I'm a Believer. So if you didn't get that, we're going to be doing SHREK characters, which I'm super excited about because I was able to find quite a lot of CC for this. So at the moment we're starting off with the fairy godmother, or should I say evil. Like, she is the most evilest fairy godmother that's ever existed. Like, I actually think she is like on, oh gosh, name's gone, Harry Potter villain level. Like, they're on the same level. Like, they could be like Bezies, couldn't they? What's her name? I was going to say Petunia, but no, that's the mum. You know who I mean. If you like Harry Potter, put in the comments who I'm trying to say right now. Honestly, as soon as I start recording, it's like I don't remember anything. I recently did a voiceover for a Star Wars creator sim. I actually think this video will come before, so if you like Star Wars, stay tuned and return to my channel because there will be a Star Wars video. And for the life of me, I couldn't think of Tatooine, the little island that Anakin and Padme go to. Yeah, couldn't remember it. As soon as I stopped recording I was like, oh yeah, of course I know where that is. But yeah, so at the moment in the video what we're doing is we've kind of got a bit of a baseline done. So we've got her face ready. I've kind of got like a nose feature, and essentially what I do when I'm creating sims is I actually run through a few of like the sims like preset-y ones, like, you know, when you randomise the dice and what you get, and I work with like the best one, because I'll be honest, if you start with one that has got a completely like opposite skin tone to what you're looking for, or completely like opposite nose, you're going to really struggle to get to the sim that you're trying to recreate. So essentially I choose like a baseline sim, one that's going to work with that character quite well. And so for this one I got there quite quickly actually, and it was quite simple. The biggest challenge I had throughout the whole of making, especially the fairy godmother, was finding her CC. So before the video I went through and did a bit of CC shopping, trying to find all the things that I can, and there will be a list of all the CC used in today's video, so don't worry, I will share my secrets. I am WCIF, I don't actually even know what that stands for. All I know is it's like I'm CC friendly. Is that right? Where can I find? That's what I think it stands for. So yeah, I'm more than happy to share that. So yeah, before this video I went and did some CC shopping. I found a list of like stuff, and I literally found a whole treasure trove for the fairy godmother, which excellent, meant that I didn't have to do too much, didn't have to be so creative because I had everything there in front of me. But trying to find that CC in my treasure trove of CC was actually really challenging, and I'd probably say is what took the most amount of time when I was like creating it. And so as part of the CC pack you get the glasses, the dress, and the dress also comes in red and it also comes in blue, so you get both of those swatches. You get the glasses, you get the dress, you get some earrings, you get the hairstyle, and you get 2 swatches of the hair as well. It comes in all of like the normal basic EA swatches, but you also get a glittery swatch, so you can basically recreate, you know, when she's doing, I was going to go out and song them, but I'm not going to make you all suffer, but when she sings I'm a Survivor, so you can do that whole outfit, and the hair's glittery, which I thought was a really nice touch because like the hair itself is actually really good. And like one thing that I've really enjoyed about this CC is it's not too alpha, it's Max's match, and if you've been following along, that's one of the things that you might have realised by now, that I think when I create my characters I still like them to be really like Max's match. Just my preference. Like when I'm on Instagram I really enjoy looking at alpha, and like I think it's like fascinating, but for me I just prefer making Max's match characters. I always have done. One thing though, and I don't know, maybe I'm just like not with the times, but one thing I've really been noticing recently on especially on Instagram, is a lot of people doing like Simster posts, and I'm pretty sure it's like just full on AI. Like it's like as if someone's taken screenshots, inputted that into AI, and then been like, can you make this like image look better? And it just doesn't even look like Sims anymore, and it just looks like AI. Like, don't get me wrong, like I understand like the benefits and the pros and the cons to AI, and yeah, it is super dangerous, but like, I don't know, I feel like for me, I love creating content. Like, I like trying to recreate stuff in the game, I like trying to find fun ways to present my content, and I just feel like that ruins the fun a lot. And yeah, I don't know, there's like a few profiles where I've been seeing it, and I just don't know how it makes me feel. I think, so I started creating content on Instagram, it would have been in COVID, and I think quite a lot of the community started, and I made loads of friends, and they're all still creating now. We all still chat to each other, it's really nice. And I would say our content is all still very much the same as like it used to be. Obviously, like, you know, we're getting like some of it's changed obviously, because it's like, that's nearly 6 years ago. But ultimately, like, I feel like we're still, you know, just creating stuff in the game and then posting it on Sims. Yeah, not a massive fan of like all of this AI content. I just feel like it makes this game, like, just makes the posts look fake. And I feel like if more people do that, then you're gonna just end up with not really, like, I mean, you already got on Instagram, right, and you don't know what's real and what's not. And I just feel like I don't really want that in the Sims community. I already had to remove myself off of X because that was getting too much. Like, honestly, the beef on X, especially in the Sims community, was just too much. Wasn't good for the brain. So I got off X. I don't want to have to do that with like Instagram, because I love Instagram. I think it's one of those places where I just scroll, and yeah, I do doom scroll sometimes. I'm trying to get better at that. But you know, I really enjoy looking at people's content, and I hope that doesn't get like taken away. So as you can see right now, I also decided to make the fairy godmother a fairy, as well as like just using the CC wings that came with it. And so a couple of things that I don't like about CAS when it's in the fairy mode, and that's one, you can't do like screenshots, like the poses in fairy mode, because it disables like all of the feelings, whatever, like mood, no, whatever character attributes at the top. So it completely like disables that, so then you can't use any of your poses. So yeah, that was like, it's a bit annoying because it means like I can't really showcase like what I want to showcase. And then secondly, I think the wings themselves are a little bit out there, and like quite a few of the fairies, especially in like this Disney or like, you know, Shrek fan tries, they are pretty Bob basic wings. Like they yeah, they don't, you know, I have to be honest, like they don't actually have like these big fluttery beautiful like ba-bam wings. They're just like these little tiny things that you don't even notice until they're flying. So we're now moving on to Princess Fiona, and you can see as we're going on in the video, like I'm scrolling through like randomising the sim and trying to get the best base sim. So I'm gonna say it, Fiona was my like absolute favourite character to make, and I'm so happy with how Fiona came out. The one thing I did do, and I feel like some people are going to watch this and be like, what are you doing? So I decided to create Fiona, and I decided to create Fiona's Shrek self? Fiona's ogre self. And what I kind of really wanted to do was duplicate the sim and then turn her into an ogre. But I couldn't figure out how to like duplicate without going into like another CAS, saving her and then re-adding her in, which was probably the most sensible option to do. But instead, what I ended up doing was I created her twin. And if you're a fellow CAS maker, you will know that creating a twin in CAS, they do not come out looking like a twin. So then I was trying to like randomise it loads of times to try and get a twin that looked more like an identical twin, so it could still be Fiona but her ogre self. I mean, it worked out in the end, and actually the twin that I ended up creating worked pretty well because her like facial features were like slightly bigger, like her nose was bigger, her chin was bigger, and I was like, actually that is giving the ogre effects that I kind of wanted. But yeah, so at the moment we're currently like going through makeup, and actually Fiona doesn't have like loads of makeup on, so she is, you know, quite basic. So actually while we're here and we're going through like skin and all of that stuff, so you see like the facial crease, like the bit around the nose. This is one thing that I really like struggle with in Sims. Like some people have just got that as a facial feature where, like, you know, I guess it's like they look like they've got bigger cheeks, so then that bit is like really accentuated. Do you know what, guys? I should really have a camera whilst I'm doing this, because I am the most like I talk with my hands. Like I'm very like theatrical, especially with my hands, not actually theatrical. You should see some of the hand movements I'm making. It'd probably make it easier to like see what I'm actually saying and what I'm trying to explain to you. But yeah, like, so the mouth crease, I'm not like, I find it really hard to use it because I feel like some characters you have to have it because that's like such a distinguished feature of them. Such a distinguished gentleman. Where is that from? But yeah, I don't know, like, it does, sometimes I just feel like it doesn't work too well, especially when you're doing I don't know what on earth I'm doing with the headpieces at the moment. Oh, I know what it is. So whilst I was downloading Shrek CC, I was actually ended up downloading Medieval CC, and I found this creator. If I can remember who it was, I'll put it in the description below so you can also have a look if you're interested in medieval content. But they are awesome. Like, I found some of the best like headpieces. So one thing that I've been thinking about doing is like potentially like a royal legacy challenge, but like oldie worldy, like medievally. I can't really decide. Like, I don't know if anyone else gets this or if it's just me, but one thing that I really like go like flip-floppy between is I want to make like a save file that's like oldie worldy, like medieval, and then I'm also like, oh, but I absolutely love like modern, like royalty, like, and creating like, yeah, just like modern royalty. I don't know how else to explain it, but you know, something that's in the now and not. So then I can't ever decide, and then I don't ever end up making anything, and then I've got a whole list of characters that I want to get through, so then they take quite a lot of time, and then, you know, I don't end up ever doing like my more non-character creations. Like, I have to say, like, character creating does take up a whole load of my time. I was talking, so who was it? Must have been my partner. I was talking to him about Sims, and he was like he is like, I don't know, he always makes fun of me and says, I just don't get it. You don't even play the game. And he's right. I don't play the game. Like, all I do is create Sims and create characters and build a few things. I have not been in like game mode in ages. But back to what we're doing at the moment. So as you can see, I just created a twin, and this baffled me. So she had like the eye effect where you've got like two different eye colours, and I couldn't work out because they're both green. I was like, what on earth has like happened to her eyes? Like, why her eyes like so strange? And it took me too long to figure out what on earth was going on. But yeah, as you can see, we're currently doing the ogre. So as I mentioned earlier, so she is a twin, but one thing that worked actually out really, really well was she's a twin, but her features were like slightly bigger, so her nose was like slightly bigger, and yeah, I was actually like really happy with how both of my Fionas turned out. Like, they're definitely, and actually I really like the fairy godmother. I would say the only character in this that I am not a huge fan of is the Prince Charming. He does not look like Prince Charming. I'm telling you, it's going to be another like traumatizing Flynn Rider episode again, of where everyone's like, who is that? That doesn't look like who you're saying it is. And Yes, male Sims are my nemesis. I like making female ones only. You know, I'll try to give love to my male Sims, but they just never turn out how I want. Although Shrek's not too bad. Like, he could have been a lot worse. One thing as well that I really wanted to do with the ogre Sims is I wanted to have them like not as bright green, not the brightest Sims green, and yeah, I had to end up using that because that was like that is what the ogres like look like. So I kept them like bright green, and yeah, it ended up like working like quite well actually. Like, I was really like, as I say, the Fiona and Shrek, like I'm actually relatively happy like with this CAS. So the CC that we're currently using as well, if you're interested, so the CC, like the dress, that is by Sifix, and if you've watched like my Disney Princess episode, like my Disney Princess tour, you would have actually seen me using Sifix quite a lot. They do amazing replicas, and sorry if I went a little bit all over the place then. I could hear an aeroplane where I've got headphones on, and it's a little bit muffled and you can't really hear it. I was like, what on earth is that? Is someone breaking into my house? But no, it was just an aeroplane, and yeah, it creeped me out a little bit. But as I was saying, so like Sifix, if you've watched like my other stuff, like I use them a lot. They do really great dresses. One thing that I really like about the dresses is they're just so like realistic, and they've got like the 3D elements, but they're still Maxis match, and they're just incredible, like such good pieces of CC. I actually went on their profile recently because I've got a project in mind on a big character project that I really would like to create, and they've got like a few pieces in there that I would really like to use. So again, stay tuned, and it would also be really useful. Like, please, if you are watching these videos, I mean, who knows? I absolutely have no idea who watches these videos, and if they're actually interesting, or if people just are like, who on earth is this like rambly girl sat there while she's playing Sims? I don't know. But if you are there, and if you are listening, and you are genuinely enjoying these, please do put in the comments like the characters that you would like to see in the future. It's always really useful. I know that I've got like a bit of a list, so people in the past have said like Once Upon a Time, the like TV series, which I think that would actually be really good. I have had, what else have I had on my list? I've had Sons of Anarchy, I've had doing like all of like the princesses but with their families, which I'm actually in the middle of doing. So if you've been following my channel, you would have seen that actually I am currently working on that, and we have done so far in the series done Hercules, Sleeping Beauty, and it's definitely not Cinderella. So I really like that. And the one thing as well to mention about like when I'm creating like the Disney characters, they are Disney OGs. Like, I haven't based my Sims on the like newer like Disney films. Like, it's all on the OG films, like 1980s, like all of them ones. So don't know what dates they're all in, but they're all old. They might even be like 1940s, you know, like Cinderella is like, well, Snow White is very old. But yeah, I like making Disney. And again, so another thing I really want to know, so me and my colleague at work, we have a bit of a debate about this, and it's around like the Shrek films. So what's your favourite Shrek film? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? I think there's a 5th one coming out. So my favourite Shrek film, and I'll do a poll when I post something on Instagram about this. So my favourite Shrek film is number 2, and that's why in this one I was like, I have to create the fairy godmother, and I had to create Prince Charming. Do you know what as well, actually? I could have got a screenshot of like a frog on a pillow, because like that would just be awesome, wouldn't it? Because then that is like the whole complete set. You got the dad as a frog, which like when he died at the end, and it was really, really sad. Yeah. I love like number 2. I like the aesthetic about it. I like, you know, like when you go to the castle of Far, Far Away, and it's like got that like Starbucks, like modern energy. See, this is what I mean. When I like, so going back to what I said previously, so like I flip-flop between going from like this medieval, like proper, like old school, like royal legacy thing, or do you do something modern, a bit like Shrek 2? So I don't know. Maybe you guys can decide. If I was to do a royal legacy, what should I do? Medieval, or should I actually just do modern that has a Starbucks? Like, who knows? I don't know. But I really want to do like a save file based on that. I'd like to have wars and conflicts and all of that stuff involved. I mean, it sounds like a lot of work, really. Maybe I do it as a collab. Maybe a collab would be good. So actually going back to the video and what we're currently creating. So at the moment, as you can see, we're making Shrek, and I don't think he's too bad. Like, I think he could be better. I think he could be worse. But the one thing that I was going to do but didn't end up doing is I was going to make the human version of Shrek and have them included as well. But it was just so long-winded. Like, by the time I'd finished creating all of these characters, I was like, I'm done. I'm ready for my bed. And yeah, I was simmed out, and so I haven't actually ended up. But if you want to see a human version of Shrek, let me know. There is always a possibility to be able to do that. The one thing that I did find quite hard about Shrek was, if you again have been watching my videos, you will know that I like it to be as accurate as possible, and obviously I'm never going to get it as accurate as possible, especially when it's like a completely different cartoon. Like, the Sims style of cartoon is completely different to what Shrek cartoon looks like. So in general, like, that's, you know, it's impossible. I'm never going to be able to do it. But I think overall I was really happy. I used a mod that removes Sims ears, and I would highly recommend getting this mod. And again, I can put this in the CC list that will be in the description, or it'll be somewhere in the description. We're not even going to go and try and explain where this list or CC is going to be. But I would highly recommend using the ears, because basically one thing that it's really useful for is, obviously it's really useful if you want to create Shrek and use the ogre ears. They're by something like Confetti, and again I will link them. But if you want to use like mythical ears, it's really useful to get rid of it, so then you don't get like the tip of the ear included. So if you want to use like elf ears that are like really big, I would highly recommend it, so I will include it for you guys to use. I'm also thinking of doing a fantasy haul, so of all of my like favourite like fantasy bits that I use when I'm creating fantasy characters. If you're interested in that, please give this video a thumbs up, that'd be great. So we're actually moving on to Donkey, and I was dreading making Donkey. So I'm in an RE, and I was like, do I create him, do I not? But then I said to myself, I was like, it's not Shrek without Donkey. Like, he is like one of the main characters, if not the main character. Like, yeah. So then I had a look at some CC options, and I was a bit disappointed, to be honest, because I downloaded a load of CC where you know, it had a tail for a donkey, it had donkey ears, and I've put it in my game, I've put it in my mods folder, and it just hasn't appeared, and I don't really know where it is, unless like it's in dogs. Maybe it's in dogs. Maybe next time I open the game I'll have a look. So what I did instead was, I was like, okay, we're going to go into Paint, and I'll be honest, Paint isn't one of my like favourite places in the world to go. I'm not very good at painting, I'm not very good at all of this stuff. I have been getting better, and I have been like using it more often, so I'm definitely finding it easier, and I will try and like delve into it further. So yeah, I use Paint, and one of the first things I did is, like, there's a paint pattern that makes it look fluffy, and I was like, okay, if we're going to make him look fluffy with it, like his fur, because I think obviously the horses are like really like smooth, so I was like, nope, we're going to make him fluffy. I made him have like a bit of a chest piece, and then also like a stomach piece. I also like coloured in the ears to be like the same colour, and I also gave him eyebrows, as you can see now. The other thing that I had to do, which is probably going to be a bit of an issue if you are to use them in gameplay, is he is a baby horse, a foal, so he's not a big horse, so at some point it is going to age up and it's not going to look like a donkey anymore. And then yeah, the other thing I didn't really like is that I couldn't change his tail, so he does have a horse tail. And again, I was actually going to create the version of Donkey when he gets transformed into a horse, but again, by the time I'd finished all of these characters, I was very much like, yeah, I was done. I was simmed out. But I'm actually really happy with how Donkey turned out. Yeah, as I say, like using like the paint function is not like my strongest suit. Like I would say I don't find it particularly easy to use. I mean, there's a few creators that I've seen, I can't remember their names, but like there's someone who has like made like the Cheshire Cat, there's someone that's done like avatar characters, and honestly like kudos to those people, because I don't have the patience. Like I'm not good at art anyway, like even like using a pen and a paintbrush, it's just not for me. Like I'm not very good at it. So yeah, trying to actually do it on a computer with a mouse is like my absolute, like I'm like, oh, why? It's like I really want to create Alice in Wonderland, but I know that if I am to do that, then I probably do need to make the Cheshire Cat, and I don't want to make the Cheshire Cat. I'm really like not feeling that. So this is a bit of a random character to make, but they're one of my favourite characters, and I decided to recreate the Ugly Sister. And this was actually like super fun to make, because I don't really get to do this like often, where I create like a male sim and, you know, do like the whole drag makeup. So I was really like happy to make it, and it was really, really fun, and I'm super happy how they turned out. I definitely struggled quite a bit like with the facial features, and the other thing that I don't actually have, and I need to have a look, is I need a lipstick that is like heavily overlined lips, because I don't actually have anything that, yeah, I mean, so most of the makeup that I use is by Cryptic Sim, and again I can put that in the description so you can go and have a look at all of their CC, but I don't think I've got all of their CC, because I've been watching a few videos on YouTube lately of like other people's like CC and like how they're creating Sims and stuff, and they have got so many more options than what I have. It would also be useful, like what other creators do people use, because I think I do need a few more makeup options. Another thing that I've been looking at is like doing like Sims from different times, so like from the 1940s, 1960s, 1980s, you know, doing that as a bit of a challenge, but my makeup file is definitely not made to be able to do that, so I definitely need to like have a look, see what other stuff I can download really, because that would be like super useful. But yeah, at the moment we're currently using, I'm pretty sure like all of the makeup I use in this video is by Cryptic Sim. One thing that I did find annoying actually, and I probably should have had a look at this before I started creating it, is when I was doing my CC lists, I should have found like a better hair for the Ugly Sister, because I did end up finding one that worked okay, and it's actually from, I believe, Cottage Living, but it sounds really pathetic, but basically the one in Cottage Living has a fringe and the Ugly Sister does not have a fringe, so they've basically got like a braid that goes like across like the top of the head with no fringe. But the one that I did have, so I tried to use the My Wedding Stories one, and like that didn't work as well. Like I think you will see me like try the hairstyle, and it just doesn't fit as well on the head as like the Cottage Living one does. But the thing that annoys me about the Cottage Living one is it has a fringe, and that is not accurate, and as we know, I like to try and be as accurate as possible. The other thing as well, and I wasn't too happy, like I've already done my screenshots, I've recorded this video, it is what it is at this stage, but I'm pretty sure their head is too small. I feel like I should have made their head a bit big. There you go, there's the My Wedding Stories, and it just didn't work. Like, it didn't look as menacing and as like Ugly Sister as I wanted it to. But yeah, is their head too small? I don't know, let me know. I welcome feedback until it's about Flynn Rider, because as I say, I'm still traumatised by all the comments about Flynn Rider. He wasn't good, guys, okay? Like, he wasn't a great sim, and it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. So now we're currently just going through dresses, and I've actually, again, so like I've been downloading quite a few different pieces, so you'll see a couple of items that I've recently downloaded, which would be great for like a medieval style of sim. And I actually really liked this style of dress, this one, for the Ugly Sister, but again, it just wasn't accurate. So the Ugly Sister doesn't wear a shoulderless dress, so I ended up choosing this one that we've got on now because, again, it was like the most accurate. So now I went back in and was like trying to figure out the head shape, because I wasn't too happy with it, and I also wasn't too happy with the face. Like, I was like, something's missing here, and I don't know what it is, but they don't look as like Ugly Sistery. So I put some hoops on, that helped, but then I had to go back into the facial features because essentially, I don't know, they just weren't vibing with how I wanted them to like be. So I then had a quick look at a few pictures, and the picture that I've got of the Ugly Sister is when they're in the bar and they're having a go at someone and they're being like super sassy. So I was like, okay, actually the mouth looks more like disgruntled all the time, so let's change that. So that's what I did to start with. And then, so I've got, I don't know, it might be by a creator called Siberian Sims, but I've recently got, like you can see it now, I've put it, the skin feature that's in between the eyebrows, like there's little like crease. I've been using that on a couple of the characters, and I felt like that just made the character look a bit more menacing and a bit more like them. So yeah, I was relatively happy, but as I say, the only thing I'm not too sure about is their head too small for their body? Have I done like the sizing of them incorrectly, or would you say this is an accurate representation? It'd be good to see what your thoughts are. As I say, I welcome feedback. So now, last but not least, I actually said that phrase right for once. I'm very proud. We are making Prince Charming. He is my least favourite character that I've created in this series of characters. I just couldn't, do you know what it was actually? I couldn't get his like jaw correct. Like, I couldn't actually get it as well as I wanted it to be. And also the other thing that I found difficult was, as a character, he's looks like a male, but he's also very feminine, and I couldn't strike the right balance of looking masculine but also looking like a bit feminine. So one of the things that I was trying to recreate was, obviously he has like a bit of a pout, and so yeah, I tried to create like a bit of a pout for him, and it just, I don't know, it just wasn't working how I wanted it to. But overall, he will do. He will be fine for what my purpose is. But again, like this is like part of the reason why I don't ever make my like Sims for download, because I don't ever, as I've mentioned in so many videos before, you're probably getting bored of me saying this, but I don't ever want to like disappoint people, and that's why I haven't made them downloadable. And I'm like, to me, I'm like, he is like not accurate at all, so therefore he doesn't look great. But like, sometimes I don't think it's about that. I think you can still represent characters in The Sims and it still look good. I've seen there's like loads of characters who I've seen recently who, I wouldn't say like they're accurate, but I know exactly who they are, and I think it's still like a good good stab at it. Actually, there's so these look very accurate. It's not like at all like, they are absolutely fabulous. So you need to go and have a look at it. It's on Instagram, it's on TikTok, so I'm pretty sure their name is Sushi Spirit, and they've recently created Paramore singing what's the song, Riot, and honestly it is so good. Like, it inspired me so much. I was like, I need to make like a whole emo series of people. It's like stupidly accurate. Like, they've created them in the room with all the graffiti, and yeah, it's just, honestly, go and have a look. It's so awesome. So at the moment we're currently going through, trying to like, so again with Prince Charming, they don't have like a beard, they've got like, you know, that weird like stubbly look, which again I don't think is very easy to recreate in The Sims. Like, I think it's quite difficult because it just ends up looking grey, and like they just end up looking like an old man, and obviously that's not the vibe I was trying to give him. Like, he's not an old man, he is like this, he's a weird looking guy, isn't he? Like, he's swarmy, and I found it hard to make him swarmy. And then I ended up like going through like all of the hairstyles that I've got, and so what I sometimes do, and you might see me doing it in this video, is I'll go through and I'll pick like different hairstyles and I'll put them into different outfits. And the reason for that is if I like a particular hair, I don't want to lose it, so then I'll put it into a different outfit, and then I'll just keep going through until I find like the right one. Honestly, trying to find the right hair for a character, it's a process. If you don't have like a CC set, especially if you've got options. If I've got like loads of options, like I was recreating a character in Paralives, and I'll be honest, I didn't have that many options, so it was actually quite easy to make a decision, but my treasure trove of like CC is like quite large, so I end up getting stuck on so many characters. So yeah, we're currently going through like at the moment a few options. So that's actually from the Royal Legacy. That's, I don't know what that one's from. That's by a creator I've been using quite a lot recently. Can't remember their name though. I think the hairstyle that we ended up landing on was Sims Trouble. So again, I don't think that it was like super accurate, like the hairstyle. There's an Anakin hairstyle. But I feel like it just worked the most, especially because, so I ended up using this hairstyle that he's currently wearing at the moment. And although I don't think it's like super accurate, I felt like it covered up a load of like sins that I did with like his face, because I don't think his face is so accurate. So then I felt like the hair covered up what he looks like, but as you can see, I'm still like, oh, is there a better hair? Can I do something better for him? But yeah, no, ended up using that one because I thought that was the best hair. And then the outfit that we end up choosing for Prince Charming is actually, again, so when I was searching through my medieval Sims, it was part of like some of the stuff that I downloaded from them, which just worked out really like perfectly actually. I was like super happy. So, and then one other thing, they're not in the video, but I did end up creating them, was I found a head of Lord Farquaad, which was a hat. So I have included Lord Farquaad in the images, but I haven't actually put him in the video because it was actually ridiculous. I didn't create him. I just put a hat. I'll include the CC, so if you want to give it a go, you can. It was literally like a giant Lord Farquaad head. It's in the hat section. You put it onto your Sims and it looks like Lord Farquaad. But yeah, I was like, that's a bit cheaty saying that I've recreated Lord Farquaad when, yeah, I did not. He is a hat function. But we are coming up shortly to the end of this video. At the moment I'm just doing like the last like few facial features. I'm using that like mod again, which does like the crease in the eyebrows. But yeah, I just used a blue set of clothes. So yeah, I couldn't decide. I didn't know whether I should have used this one that he's currently in or the one that I ended up using. So both I thought worked really, really well. But yeah, no, I ended up going with this outfit with blue tights and boots. But I hope you enjoyed watching today's video, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you next week for a new video. So yeah, stay tuned.